Welcome back to another episode of Hey Janeé Podcast. I'm your host, Janeé Bolden, and this podcast is all about navigating life mindfully as a creative. It's my love letter to the world, my way of saying, hey world, and of course I want to hear it back.
Hey, Janeé.
Love
it's
it.
your girl Janeé home. Call her up and tell her it's about to be on.
Hey. Today we're joined by none other than the wonderful Q Parker.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to see you.
Always good to see you.
You look incredible. Like, you don't age.
Well,
Did people tell you that?
I mean, that's one of the greatest compliments that I can hear because I put a lot of work into making sure I upkeep myself. I believe in mental health and physical health and just self-care. And so those are things that are at the top of my priority list. A mentor told me one time, he said, when you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your choices. And so since he said
That's a
that
bar.
to me, yeah, that's bars.
Yeah.
It has just stuck with me. And so I now try to make healthy choices. You know, I'm really conscious of what I eat, being active, no stress, no drama, and I protect my peace. So,
That's
and I
beautiful.
drink a lot of water.
Me too. I love water. So we're also joined by my illustrious co-host, Zeta
Hey.
Luby. I feel really blessed because I actually bumped into Zeta in the wild this weekend, but we'll get to that in a bit. So Q, every episode we like to start with a moment of joy. So I want
Sure.
to know what your moment of joy is this week.
My moment of joy this week is I had a great week of promoting this new record. It's next year it'll be 30 years in the industry for me and my brothers, and this is my second solo journey.
Yeah.
But it's been 12 years throughout that, and so every week my calendar is just filled with opportunities for me to reconnect with program directors, promoters, fans, supporters that have been on this journey with me. And so this past week we were in the DMV area.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Love it. Zeta, what's your moment of joy?
Okay. So, getting back to what she actually said earlier,
She already threatened me.
my moment of joy, was seeing her at the Meals on Wheels event. And she came. She's a fashion icon,
Oh,
as
my
you
God.
can see. She
Hilarious.
always comes with the fit on. But she was so she revolutionized.
Black tie attire.
Yes. And she had on this it was a very comfortable, but very it was classy mixed with streetwear. It was so nice. It was so nice. She wasn't in uncomfortable heels. It was just vibes. And then
I did monochromatic
she accidentally matched with the event
decor.
colors.
Yeah.
Wow.
It blended so well.
It was like
so
a
great.
aubergine brown, like a brown, but like a burgundy-ish brown.
Nice.
And I had a dress on from Eloquii that I've had forever and hadn't worn. And then I got this new jacket by one of others. And it happened to match perfectly. And then it was raining. So when I was going to pick the shoes, I had planned to wear heels. And then I looked in the closet and I had these sorrel boots that matched exactly. And they were flat, but I was like, oh, do I want to do the flat? But it just matched so good.
Yeah,
and
rock with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
rock
got
with
it.
it.
When I posted the pictures, everybody was like, I love the fit. And people who I consider to be, you calling me a fashion icon, but Shonda Peasy specifically, that's one person I think of who she dresses to kill. And she said she liked the fit. So I was like, oh, I did a good thing.
Good
I was
deal.
trying to tell you.
Yeah. But I would say overall, that was my moment of joy was that evening. The event was really dope. It was to see people actively. They had a auction and people were paying $13,000 for paintings and stuff because they're raising funds to feed seniors in Atlanta. And they had a record-breaking event. They raised $1.3 million.
Nice.
And the after party was super lit afterwards, when you get the white folks dancing.
Hey, you got it.
It's always a fun time. It's always a fun time. So that was my moment of joy this week.
Good.
Yeah, but I do want to congratulate you on the new album. I had a chance to listen. I really like it. Why is it part one though? Is there you have another one in the making?
Yeah, so that was intentional.
Okay.
So I've coined myself the romance dealer, right?
Mm.
Because it's important for me to just push romance,
Yeah.
and romance is just the top line of my whole journey and my movement. And so naming it Volume 1, I want you to expect that
So you want the
there's a
anticipation.
Volume 2 and a Volume 3. And I've said that, this volume may be 5 volumes, but it just shows that I have a commitment to this evolution of romance. I want to be the go-to artist when you want to create a romantic environment, and I don't think you can do that just one time around. And so I want y'all to ride in this journey along with me for a while.
My favorite song is probably "Keep on Loving," and I like the
again,
video for that too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you work with Rico Love on that.
Yes, yeah,
And you use this classic Babyface sample.
yeah. I mean, you have to be careful when you are messing with a song that's already a classic.
Yeah.
And it takes some courage to take on that challenge. But I knew that myself, Rico, we put our creative minds together. We could come up with something. And when I went to Miami to record the song, he had already had like the idea of it, a verse and the hook. And as I was flying home back to Atlanta, I couldn't forget it. And I finished the song. By the time I landed, I called him. I'm like, yo, I think we got one. Flew back the next week, recorded it, and it became the second single.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I wanted to congratulate you too, because I saw Beg was a top 10.
Yeah. I mean, many people may not say that that's a big deal, but to have 12 years removed,
no, that's a big deal.
come back, it peaked at number 6 on the UAC chart. Keep on Loving right now is approaching top 10, and to just come back in this way is super proud. So if you say a season of joy, I can say 2024 August started this season of joy because I've just enjoyed this ride.
That's beautiful. So you're talking about stepping away and coming back, but I think you have solidified your place in history just being part of a group that made history, is unforgettable, from Atlanta. I don't want to say put Atlanta on the map because we have a lot of greatness that comes out of Atlanta.
But a part of the movement.
112 is part of that movement of greatness that came out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Looking back, can you just tell me, when you look back, do you have a single memory that brings you back to like your why you started making music?
I would say there are many of them, and the ones that hit me the most is when people say this song plays such an important role in this particular time in my life. Some of our songs have been a part of weddings, funerals, graduations, first dances, engagements, and so
Make It Babies.
oh my God,
Don't leave it out.
Of course that, right?
You know that's a big one.
Yeah. And so when people, it's like you've become a part of their journey, and we always say that music is the soundtrack of our lives.
Yeah.
And to have put together 30 years of moments, man, that is continuing to let me know that me deciding to do this was the right decision.
Okay, when you hear your older songs now, like, what do you feel? Do you get nostalgic?
Yeah, I have memories. It's almost like, so because we wrote a lot of the songs, it's like a song is like a baby of yours, and so they are all special in their own space in their own regard. And so when I hear the songs, it never gets old, because if somebody's playing it, that means they are still liking it or they're still loving it. And so to have had such a long career and people are still playing the first songs, that means a lot. So I can be in Kroger or Walmart or somewhere and just hear a song. And what's funny, it can be at the smallest volume, but I know with the hi-hat of any of our songs, and I'm like, wait, yeah. So it just never gets old. And so I just want to continue adding to the legacy. And part of the legacy is the work that I did with my brothers, 112.
Yeah.
But I'm also entering into a space where I want to solidify Q Parker's space as well.
That's a tenuous line to walk, I think,
Yeah.
for any artist once you're part of a group,
Man,
and then establishing
yes.
yourself as a solo artist. What has the experience been like for you? And do you find that in general the fans are supportive and they respect it, or do you feel sometimes people get messy?
The fans
So,
want what they want, man.
Yeah.
The fans are just spoiled. They're rotten.
oh man,
And sometimes, it's kind of unfair sometimes
Yeah.
because they want your discomfort to appease their comfort.
yeah,
And so it's just difficult for them to see you in any other space than what they are accustomed to
Yeah.
seeing you. But I always just say, if you've loved 112,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a part of 112 and what we were able to do. But I just want you to create some space for Q Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you hear me, you can't help but feel the same essence of 112, but I'm just
For
as
sure.
an individual now. And so although we have singular pursuits, there's space for you to still support and love the brand 112,
yeah.
but also make
love
some
Q
room
Parker.
for some Q Parker. Yeah.
I love that. And I know I was following Daron earlier this year as he made his retirement.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to see any of the stories he was telling on social media?
Yeah, so he never retired. So Daron is like a really good friend of mine. Like we still talk maybe twice a week. Very active brotherhood, and it's dope for us to have created this relationship that has nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
When we are like in the thick of things, music is what drives. Music, studio, rehearsal, performance on the road. But when the group had these moments of separation,
Yeah.
he and I had an opportunity to really develop the brotherhood that we really didn't get a chance to all those
Because you were
years,
always
'cause we
so
were just
focused on
always
business.
working.
Yeah.
And we worked, we stayed on the road all the time. And so he never really retired. He just took a moment away from social media because he was transitioning from that page and wanted to create something new. Yeah, he never retired. He's still doing music. He enjoys his family now. He's getting back into writing and producing and all of those things. But he just kind of took a moment away.
Were you proud of him when he was sharing these stories, which I think they were kind of personal because
Absolutely.
he was sharing things that I had never,
Yes.
I don't think people understood that he was doing so much writing and producing for other groups that were like big songs, big acts. And to hear, I'm a music nerd. So to hear those behind the scenes stories, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling Daron, I know what the world don't know. And so I was really proud of him
Yeah.
for stepping out because Daron is, in some cases, he's to himself. You know how when a person is like a genius,
Yeah.
but when they're a genius over here, sometimes they don't really focus on some of the other social things or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And Daron has never been the most talkative. He's never been the most extroverted because musically, he's just a genius. And so to tell these stories, man, I'm the main one in the stands cheering because I've known these stories for so long. And
Yeah.
I'm just really glad that the world is getting to
know
see
him.
the different elements of Daron Jones. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So before we started, we talked about my past working for Bossip. And there's always rumors or misconceptions. So I wanted to see if there is any rumors and misconceptions that you find that people have about you that still persist and you want to just clear them up. You love to correct.
No, I don't. I believe the journey of life is we have to walk it. And you make decisions, you make choices, and you have to deal with those things. And so anything that I've experienced or gone through, it was a necessary thing for me in my maturation process. And so I never answer those if I wish I could have done something different.
Yeah.
Because I think the road for Q Parker was already played out. I just had to live it out. But the good Lord knows where you need areas to grow, when you need time and space, when you need to issue some grace and space, forgiveness, all of those things. If you live long enough, you're going to have a bout with all of these words that grandmama and them been telling us for years.
I know that's
and
right.
So, I don't have any regrets. I don't have any I wish I would have done. I don't have any misconceptions because what you see and what you hear, those are facets of Q Parker as well. But they were necessary for me to be the present Q Parker.
Good answer. You want to talk about R&B a little bit? How do you feel about where the genre is currently? What do you like about it? What do you want to see change?
So my perspective on R&B is like an OG, right?
That
Because
you are.
oh yeah, like I'm being called Unc and
Me too.
all of that. Like they be like,
Ma'am,
hey yo, Unc.
auntie, we don't like these. Don't call us. We not
But-
that old yet.
But you know what though, I appreciate it because it's also a level of respect.
Okay.
You know, to be
Fair
called
enough.
an Unc or an OG, to me, I receive that in a respectful way.
Yeah.
But my perspective on the genre is I give space and grace. That's my motto in life, space and grace. And I say that because if you had asked the OJs in the 70s or 80s, what do you think about these four guys that Puffy just signed, whose version of R&B is totally different from theirs? They a little more edgy. They from the church, but they ain't what the Temptations are, Boyz II Men, or the OJs are. They gave us the space to interpret the genre the way that we saw fit. And so now that I'm in this position, I couldn't condemn their interpretation. I give them the space to interpret. And it may not be my cup of tea, but I'll always give them space to interpret the genre the way that their creativity leads them. The second part of that is that's how I got to this romance campaign, because I can do music any day of the week. It just flows through my veins like that. Like God gifted me with the greatest gift ever, right? But I don't ever like to just waste my talents. And so for me, I sit back and I survey the landscape. Where's a space that Q Parker can occupy? Because I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I would rather sit out than just be another one of those.
Yeah.
Right? And so the space that I saw was void was romance. I felt like guys weren't catering to the women and singing the songs the way that we said we signed up for. Like when we signed the syllabus back in the 90s,
Yeah.
it said you vow to sing romantic love songs. You vow to be sexy. You vow to be in shape. You commit to showing up in all the things. And so I just kind of felt like, the guys were just kind of getting away from that, which for me opened the lane for me to come in with this romance, because that's who I am. I'm an R&B song with two legs. That's just who I am. You ask anybody about Quintus Parker, like I'm an authentic R&B guy. And so romance is second nature to me. I grew up watching the soap operas. My mother and father always was publicly affectionate, verbally affectionate. And then I watched the soap operas. And the soap operas are sensual and passionate and lovey-dovey and touchy-feely and gaga goo-goo. And so I just translated that into my music. And now as an older gentleman who've had some life experiences, man, the romance is where it's at. So I'm just setting my space in here, and I want y'all to come and join this ride with me and enjoy it.
Okay. Can I get personal with you since we're talking about romance? How do you keep the spark alive? You've been in a marriage for quite some time.
23 years.
23 years is incredible.
Thank you. How do you keep it? So I think that it's a daily commitment. There's a saying.
Shout out to Charlinda.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out to my beautiful wife, Charlinda Parker. There's a saying in football when you play the defensive back position that you have to have short memory. Because if you just got a bomb thrown on you, if you don't adjust well, they'll come right back at you. So you almost got to forget the last play because you have to be present for this current play. And that's the mindset I take into marriage. Yesterday was yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah, commit to every day and just focus on winning every day. What does winning every day look like? And even if I don't win today, I got to come in tomorrow with the mindset of winning. And then just fighting for passion, fighting for consideration, fighting for compatibility. It's a daily commitment, and what you put into it is really, really what you get out of it. If you don't water the plant, it ain't gonna grow.
Very true.
That's it.
Yeah. Outside of music, what do you like to do when you have free time? Like, what kind of things?
My hobby is, I have a few of them. Vintage cars. I love anything pre-88.
Mm.
It holds value.
Mhm.
If you restore it correctly, you'll always get the same value that you invested in it.
Mhm.
Unlike some of the modern cars.
So you collect them, or you
Yeah.
restore and then you sell
I like to
them?
collect.
Okay.
Some of them I'll keep, but then some of them as a hobby I'll restore and then sell.
Oh wow.
So that's a hobby. So
What about self-care?
so if you feel my hands, right?
Mhm.
These are R&B hands, right? Come here. These are R&B hands. If I'm ever at a show and I reach out, you're gonna be like, God, his hands, man, he got some R&B hands, right? However, these are carpenter hands as well.
So you build.
During the pandemic, I fell in love with carpentry work. And so I love woodwork. I love doing things with my hands. I build decks and porches and couches.
I'm about to put you to work right now.
And so during the pandemic, I literally went through my whole house and was like, okay, I need to do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And YouTube University taught me a whole lot. And so that's really like my piece. I get out in my yard or I get into it on a job site, and I don't have to have music or anything, but just the sound of the wood and the measuring and the drilling, like that. That's like.
So you don't play music while you're working?
I don't.
Wow.
No, I'm just in my own head. So Home Depot and I, man, we are really good friends. I need some stock at Home Depot.
Yeah, we need them to come sponsor the podcast.
Man.
They're getting all this love on the show.
Many times, man, I'm in Home Depot. Yes, a lot.
That could be a date idea. Take a little date. We have dates at Home Depot.
Let's go.
At Home Depot?
Yeah, anytime we go shopping, that's a date, little date.
It's just time. It's time spent.
So I mentioned self-care. Do you do anything for self-care?
Oh, self-care is a priority. Self-care, like, you will get mad at me because that's the only time I'm selfish. I will not compromise when it's my time.
Yeah.
Because everybody a part of my tribe has to understand when you give me the space to do self-care, I come back into the home at optimum level.
Yeah.
But if I'm not allowed to have the my time, I may come in at a deficit, and nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Especially, for men. So I have a men's organization, Brothers United of Atlanta, and we pride ourselves in taking care of you, because the responsibility of the man and the male is so heavy.
Yeah.
We gotta be clicking on all cylinders,
Yeah.
because if we fall short in any area, you're gonna suffer. The community is going to suffer. Our children are going to suffer. The next generation is going to suffer. So if I need a massage twice a week, I need to get that massage twice a week. If I need to go golf 5 days a week, I need to go golf 5 days a week. Whatever it is that I need for my self-care, I have to do that, because everybody's going to benefit from that. So, yeah, I fight hard for self-care.
Okay. So the things you like to do is golf, massage,
restore.
I see you have manicure.
Yeah. Like, see, again, do you curse on your podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's that R&B shit.
Yeah.
Like, manicured hands, facial, skin got to be popping. You got to be in shape.
Yeah.
No chapped lips, Listen, man, I'm going to teach a class on that
Teach
R&B
a class,
shit, yo.
please. Let them know. You can't be dusty and musty and be an R&B.
Like I said, I can't reach my hand out on that R&B, and then you feel my hands and like, that ain't sexy, yo.
No.
Nah, so yeah, I'm doing all of that. Manicure, pedicure, facials, all of that. Priority.
What about acting? We actually worked on set together.
Oh, wow.
We were in a short film together called Never Leave Your Side.
We were, yeah.
So is that something else that you like to do?
Yeah, so in high school, so I went to a performing arts high school, and so, thespianism is something that is just, it's in there. I just wish I had the time. Well, I'm not going to say I wish. I need to devote more time to the craft, because the one thing that I don't like is for someone who doesn't take it serious to come get jobs from those who actually take it serious. And I know a lot of times, your notoriety and all of that is a component to getting certain gigs. And so I need to just prioritize it more, because I do love it. It's an opportunity for me to be creative, expand my creativity. So I really, really do love it. I just don't put the necessary time in it to like really, really make it a 1A or a 1B.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a lot of friends who are both actors and musicians, and I think a lot of times they don't really overlap. They'll take a break to work on a music project, or they'll take a break to work on a acting or film project.
Because they're both things that require so much of your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I anytime I get an opportunity to go there, I love it. I love it. I am just a super creative. And any opportunity
You're in the right.
that I
You're in the
can
right
get,
room.
man,
This is all about creativity.
turn
here.
lights on, man. Let me go.
Yeah,
Just let me shine, yo.
that's beautiful.
That's why I can be in this group forever, because I need to shine. That's gonna be a one-liner.
That's gonna be the
Across social media,
clip.
that's
You
gonna be
think
the
so?
But no, look, she's like, yep, that's gonna be the clip.
Well, Slim was here, and
Yeah.
he had nothing but good things to say about everybody. And he did say, he said for Q, he always wanted his solo career. So he,
Well, I'm gonna challenge that
Oh, okay,
because I didn't always want a solo career.
okay,
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I never wanted a solo career. However, during the journey, I realized that there were some things I did want to say that may not have been aligning with the brand.
right,
And sometimes when you have an individual mission and you're in a collective vehicle,
yeah,
it has to be the right timing. It has to be all
Yeah.
of those things. And so I wouldn't have never, to be honest, I wouldn't have never gone on an individual journey unless we hadn't had a moment of separation.
okay,
So back in, I think it was 2008, the group decided to just kind of everybody have the opportunity to explore individuality. And a solo project was never in my cards, to be honest with you, because I ain't even had a confidence like that to even be able to step out on my own. And I'll share that with you as well. However, as a songwriter, I would go in my studio every day and just write songs to submit them for other artists. And as I was creating these songs, every now and then there would be a song that I'm like, I don't know who gonna sing this one, so I'm gonna put this one over to the side. And after some months, I had like 8 songs, which became the foundation of my first solo album, The Manual. But that time spent with myself was the most confidence building that I ever had, because as a member of a super talented group, we had to master 25%, right? Because if I get to the 26%, I'm now in your lane, and that's not fair to you. But what happens was that 75% for years
that you're
never
not tapping
untapped,
into.
just untapped. And so this gave me an opportunity to now spend time with this 100%. But the goal from the beginning was never, I'm a solo artist. That was never my goal. I knew that I was called to be in the group, and we were going to do amazing things. However, as I continued to grow, an opportunity for me to now introduce Q Parker and not Q from 112, right? But Quintus and Q Parker, it was in me to give this a shot. And I would have hate to ignore that, because I would have been a 50-year-old saying, what if I would have? Or I wish I would have. And, and that's just not a good space for no leader to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll clarify that.
No, that's great. That's a great clarification.
Yeah.
You do refer to 112 as your brothers.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to hear that too, because I think from the outside, people are always like, what's going on? What's something that's part of that brotherhood that outsiders don't see, but you still carry with you?
Well, first and foremost, the solo artist that everybody sees today, there is those that individually influence me. So there's John P. Key, there's Commission, there's The Winans, Take 6, there's Brian McKnight, there's Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson's, all those. But also in there is Slim, Mike, and Daron. I learned so much from just singing with them every day. Slim to this day is one of the dopest ad-libbers, and I was afraid to ad-lib
Mm.
as a young artist. Mike is one of the most soulful vocalists that I know. Daron is one of the most versatile vocalists I know. But in Q Parker, you get a dope ad-libber, you get a soulful ass singer, and you get a versatile singer, because I was able to embrace all of what I learned from them to now put it as a part of my package and now give the world Q Parker. And so, first and foremost, those are my brothers and will always be my brothers.
Yeah.
Don't mean that brothers don't always get along, right? And we're just in a season where we're just not seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
But it's never going to have me speaking ill on them.
I love that.
It's never going to have me saying, don't go to their shows
Yeah.
or don't go buy their tickets. No, because when they win, I still win too.
Yeah.
And hopefully they feel when I win, they win.
Yeah.
We just got to figure our things out until we figure it out to come back and reunite. And you know, I've always remained hopeful. If you look at any of my interviews in the past, I've always said I remain hopeful. I've always extended the olive branches. Sometimes they weren't received well, but at the end of the day, I know what I'm called to do, and I know the position that I hold
Yeah.
in this world and in 112.
Yeah.
Whether they want to admit it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Would you go to, like, I know they have a tour going on right now. Would you go to the tour, or would it have to be something where you get an invite?
Well, I'm probably not going to get an invite. However, I would go. But, you know, I'm not going to be the guy on the back trying to grab the microphone and go out there and make a scene. Nah, I respect where they are and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if you know, the schedules and all of that permit, I would go to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into some of your philanthropic work as well, because you have a foundation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What called you to create your foundation?
I've always had a passion for senior citizens and children. Primarily because my relationship with my grandfather and my grandmother is very special. They're no longer here. But I just know where senior citizens are mentally as their days are accumulating. You know, a lot of them are in homes, haven't had visitors in years. Sometimes their own children will drop them off, and so one thing struck me in maybe 14 years ago. I went to a senior living facility on Lenox Road with a keyboard and a guy to play. And I asked, can I just come and sing Christmas carols? Brought them some cookies and some drinks or whatever, and just sang for about 20 minutes. The next year, I showed up to do the same thing, and the residents was like, we've been waiting on you.
Oh, wow.
We've been asking the director, where's that young man who came and sang and brought us? And that hit me because that was the thing that they were looking forward to.
Wow.
And I hadn't been there in 12 months.
Wow.
Right? And so it said to me, do more programming throughout the year to spend time with them. And so the programming that we do through the foundation for the seniors is like musical bingo, karaoke, active aging activities, health fairs and screenings. And then we do an annual caroling gala where I bring a lot of my peers together. We sing this full produced performance, feed them. They are the stars. Red carpet. They're getting gifts, blankets, recliner chairs, heaters, and all of that stuff, gift cards, raffles. Just love on them in a major way. Because in their minds, like in my mind, I want them to know that whenever they see QPLF, somebody's coming because they care, right? So that's the seniors. But then with the children, we have programming for those that aspire to be in the entertainment industry. I, being a 17-year-old, signed a record deal, and I had no idea what I was signing. And luckily for me and my brothers, we were able to work our way and perform our way from that original contract to then enter into a more lucrative one that valued our worth. But a lot of our peers don't have that story. It's one song and then that's it. Now their dreams are just ruined. They hate the music. They don't sing anymore. And so I just didn't want the next generation to enter the game like that. If you have a passion for the entertainment industry, I want to make sure you're covered in the best way possible. So our programming is to nurture these babies, but also teach and educate them. Everybody's not going to get a record deal. And if you love this that much, you will have to journey through independence. But if you're going to journey through independence, come rock with us for a while, and we're going to give you the tools that's going to help you understand contracts, know terminology, sunset clause, perpetuity, licensing, royalties, all of these things, copywriting. You need to know all these things, even social media, how to pick a manager, what's your relationship like with money and finances, like all of these things. So when you go to college and when you enter into this independent world, you'll say, man, because I was a part of the Q Parker Legacy Foundation summer camp and summer programming and all that, I know what that means. Nope, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm just like, man, just not on my watch. Not on my watch. I'm going to give all that I can to this next generation. And it's unfortunate that it wasn't done that way for us.
Yeah.
But I just want to break that cycle.
That's perfect. Where can people go to learn more about the work that you're doing?
Yes, QParkerLegacyFoundation.org. We're always open to volunteers. Donations are always welcome. And just pull up on us, man. We even do stuff to trunks for those that are going to college, freshmen and sophomores. We did our first stuff to trunk, helping them with the essential items as they go away to school. So it's just, man, Atlanta did a lot for me. Atlanta poured into me. Atlanta raised me. Atlanta loved on me. And so I think that it's mandatory when you become a certain status and level. It ain't an if. I think all of them, and I don't care. I'm challenging my peers, man. Like, how are you giving back? You can't just keep it all.
Yeah.
Because there's a generation that's watching and depending on you, educating them, giving them love, giving them the baton securely. Not just throwing the baton, but, I want to make sure you got it. You got it tight. You got it.
Yeah,
All right, now go. So
I didn't do track, but
yeah,
I got it. I got it from Q. I got the baton.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna get into some orders of business. I do like to share a little bit about pop culture, what's going on, what people can check out. And while I'm talking about it, I want you to think about community.
Okay.
And what community looks like for you, whether that's, your other musical family or just what community, your team. You talked about teams. I want to hear about team building. But just going to get into what I call C, stream, and skip, which is what's in the movies or on tour or whatever right now. So for C, I have The Running Man. They have remade The Running Man. It's in theaters November 14th. Glenn Powell is the star. Daniel Ezra's in it. Jamie Lawson has a very huge role. Coleman Domingo has a big role. I went and saw this last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I am somebody where I will tell you if I did not like the movie, if I went to sleep, if I didn't make it through, but I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was very entertained. There's some violence, but it was overall a very entertaining movie. I think it's hard sometimes to do a remake. And I think that this one does a great job.
Good job.
Yeah. And it's interesting that I have that as the C because it was executive produced by Stephen King. For those who don't know, he did write the book originally. I also have been watching Welcome to Derry on HBO Max right now.
What's it called?
It's called Welcome to Derry. It's like another It series.
Oh, wow.
From
Dairy? Derry?
Derry. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's scary. And it's gross.
Oh yeah, so you lost me right there.
So they did it in time for Halloween, but I had to work up my nerve, and enough people asking me, "Have you been watching Welcome to Darren? Have you been watching?" And when people do that to me, I'm like, "Okay, I gotta watch." And I had to watch it in parts. So I watched the first half of the first episode, and then I finally got through the second half of the first episode, and I was like, "This is great." But I got a palate cleanse afterwards because I didn't want to go to sleep and dream about the things that I saw.
Yeah.
But it definitely, again, Stephen King will have you in a chokehold. So watch Welcome to Derry. And also for stream, I have Stream The Evolution of Romance Part 1.
Absolutely.
We got to stream that. That's out Friday
the 14th.
The 14th. Okay, for my skip this week, for skip, it's never about something to see or whatever. For skip, it's always something mental. So I want to say skip limitations. People will put limitations on you. People will tell you, you can't do this because of this reason, or you can't do that because of that reason. And I just want to say, when people tell you no, keep doing what you're doing. Go see somebody else. Ask somebody else. Keep asking and keep doing the work. Don't allow anybody to put limitations on you, and don't put limitations on yourself. I think we're also quick to say, that's not my thing. That's just like how you were saying about lanes. Like, oh, that's their lane. I don't want to get into that. That's her lane. We're all unique. We're all individuals. Obviously, don't copy anybody else, but don't put a limit on you. Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean they're doing it the way that you will do it.
Yeah.
Do your thing. So that is pretty much it. But I want to talk about community with you.
Okay.
So tell me, who's your community?
My community is so maybe 18 months ago I started Paramount Collective Ventures. And that is myself and my 3 partners, Dora Whitley of the Whitley
love
Agency,
Dora.
Gina Miller, and Azim Rashid.
Love Azim. I don't know Gina, but yes, the other 2 I know well.
And,
but I trust you in good company.
And I mean, we even have other allies that are connected to the Whitley Agency, like Aisha
Obafemi.
Yeah. And so
she's in the room, y'all.
She's in the room, y'all.
She's playing shy today.
Yeah, she's holding me down today. But I'm in a season of, if you rock with me, I'm rocking with you.
I love it.
Right? And I'm not interested in doing anything with or for those who ain't rocking with me. And for the last 18 months, I know exactly who's been in this car with me. And so for me, that's my community, along with my wife and my family, my children, my grandchildren, my siblings. And then I have some close peers that are really, really, I would say that's a part of my tribe right now. Montel Jordan.
I love him.
RL. Wingo, who's been one of my best friends.
He introduced you to your wife.
Yeah. So we've been rocking since middle school.
Wow.
And so I'm very aware of who my community is and who I allow to be a part. And they say no new friends.
Yeah.
Man, I believe that. Like I hold that close. If you ain't been rocking with me, we good.
Yeah. I feel you. I love that. So for me, community is everything. I talk about this all the time. Coming here and being able to do this podcast, I couldn't do it without my community. So definitely shout out to the communities, the folks that hold us down.
Yes.
All right. So I close out every episode with the affirmation. I created an affirmation for us today.
Okay.
Good things flow to me with ease. The universe is always saying yes to me. So
Love
just
that
something to say to attract opportunities and blessings. And when you think good thoughts, you bring good things to you.
Absolutely. I subscribe to that.
Love it. Well, I am so grateful to you for joining me today.
Thank you.
This has been another episode of the Hey Janeé podcast.
Hey, Janeé.
Me saying hey to the world. You early cute. Me saying hey to the world, and of course, I want to hear it back.
Hey, Janeé.